What's up, everybody? The Global Griot here, checking in. What's good? Man, I just want to take a second out, man, just to thank everyone for always checking out my videos. Even if it's one person, even if it's 100 people, even if it becomes 1 million people watching my videos, man, I'm always thankful and I'm always grateful. Today, I wanted to take a second out to really talk about something I've been thinking about for a while. And this one particular story this one story is going to be about something that's really close to me, and it relates because one, I'm out in another country, but I also think when I was back home, I saw signs of this as well from people in our community and people in America. I mean, people around the world, but people in our community as well. And this really had a lot to do with isolation. You know, what I mean is that I'm trying to say this without I'm trying to be as real as it gets without disrupting the message. Man, it seemed like when people are doing well, everyone wants to attach to that person. But then the first sign that you see that person struggling, or the first sign that you see that person not doing something that you want them to do, then we go ghost on them. And I never understood that. I mean, I understand why people may want to protect themselves. You know, they want to protect their own energy, especially if that thing that someone is doing, or that thing that continues to persist makes you, disrupts your own, positive energy of yourself. But what I mean by this one is really like a reflection of yourself. Like, you see things in other people that you see in yourself, so you dislike it, and you try to stay away from that person instead of really attacking the issue, which is really things that you don't feel comfortable about with yourself. You know, case in point, I'm out here in China. I've been out here in China for a couple of months, and it's the best thing that I could have ever done in my life. You know, when I left, I was a young boy, not really, but when I'm out here, I feel like a man. Not because of what I can do, who I am, but it's more about how I think about things. I feel more composed, and I just feel more proper about being able to address and to attack certain things, and to be head on about certain issues that I may have with other people, and even more with myself. So one thing that I always show you guys, like, I always take pictures of when I'm on a train with people. Like, you're walking around as an American or as this foreigner, man. We're exotic and stuff like that to people in China. So, like, being a black American, being an African American or black American, we're like the most exotic people that Chinese people have ever seen. And so there's two sides of that. One side is the one that I always show you guys, and that's the curiosity and the admiration. People they love what we look like. They love what we do. They love what we think about. They love how we think about things and how we act and how we display our emotions, which is cool. I love when people are feeling curious. And on the flip side of that extreme curiosity, there's also a distrust and a fear that people have. And I don't think that has actually anything to do with me, more so than that person. I think that person that is afraid is not afraid of me, not afraid of my skin, not afraid of my blackness, not afraid of my emotions, not afraid of my aggression or my display of assertion. I think that person is afraid of themselves and not being able to address and to attack and to be dominant. I think that person is afraid of themselves. And it probably doesn't make sense to a lot of people. But think about this. If your homeboy or your homegirl, your best friend or your boss or someone you're working with or your colleague, someone you go to school with, if that person that you grew up with, that was in the same class as you, that played the same instrument as you, that played the same sports team as you both started off on the same level, and you saw that person start to make strides that you couldn't make, and then you're making strides as well, but that person just outpacing you, and you see that person every day. It takes a certain person to truly believe and truly be grateful and truly have gratitude to see that person do well, and to think that you can do well as well, to think that you can get up there as well. I think most people are just afraid, you know. They're afraid of failure in themselves. And I think that's what happens to a lot of people out here in China. And that's an unspoken rule about being black in China, is that everyone has a story. I mean, not even just being black, but I feel like that happens the same time as an American. And I don't know if people dislike me sometimes because I'm an American or because I'm black. So being a black American, we have that double-sided consciousness. In America, not come out to China now, it's that triple-sided consciousness where it's like, damn, I'm American, but I'm also black, but I'm also not necessarily African. And then you just getting hit by all sides of that as a foreigner out here. And it's really a lot to tackle. So these are things I think about. It really has a lot to do with fear and reflection, and being able for me to look in people and not turn away, especially when I see people look at me with disgust or people look at me with admiration. It's always just something I always think about, and I always just try to wonder, like, what got you to this point where you're afraid. You're afraid of me, and it comes off as aggression. It comes off as disgust. It comes off as contempt. But I really think this person is afraid, you know. Yeah, if you guys ever get a chance to travel, I'm not saying that this is what China is like, because there's for every one person that I've met with disgust, and I've told all of my friends, every time there's one person that comes across that for some reason doesn't like what I look like, doesn't like who I am, doesn't like how I represent myself, there's always at least 3 other people that are just equally curious, equally positively, curious about who I am. So don't let that stop you from traveling around and seeing other places around the world. It's just something to make you think about how other people perceive themselves and why they might use you as a reflection of how they see themselves. So, man, talk about a word. Talk about a word. The next time you come across someone and that someone sees you and meets you and they have that thing in their eyes, like you can look in their eyes and you can tell, like, I know for a fact that person has no sort of admiration, that person has no sort of positive will for me. Maybe think that it has nothing to do with you, it has everything to do with that person. And I just leave it there. Yeah. Out here in China is real. And you see a lot of things happening, but it's even more real when you go back home to the village and then you see those same things happening. So I'm all open arms to everyone out here. If you guys made it this far in the video, then I know you guys are actually reading and you guys actually are listening to what I'm talking about, and I appreciate you guys. And I'm going to continue to make videos, and I'm going to continue to talk about different stories and different things happening. So with that being said, until the next time, guys, Global Griot, I'm going to try to make sure you guys can always hear more about me and more about some of the stories that's going on. I really appreciate you guys for checking me out. Global Griot. You guys can check me out on Instagram, which is probably where this is going to be posted. YouTube, also IGTV, Facebook. You guys just search up Global Griot. You guys will find me. And I'm not hard to find. Just hit me up, send me a message or anything like that. I appreciate you if you made it this far for checking my video out. Alright? Peace. Peace.